It's your boy J-Rock from the West Side.
What's up? This is King David from the West Side.
Good people, check it out, man. It's Hart, RPH in the building.
Hey, Brother Brian with Keaton Music Ministry, as one. If you're gonna listen to anything, listen to GODRadio1.com. You.
Because if you hit me before the play, like if you get close, I'm Tay, it's for real.
The West. Talk My Ministries. DONTAE the Artist.
Hello there. You're tuned in to GODRadio1.com with Evangeline.
Walter Coe.
That's right, and we have the wonderful, phenomenal privilege of interviewing one of, the world's greatest rap artists, hip-hop artists, you name it. He's bringing it hot to the stage. I got right next to me, DONTAE.
What's up?
What's happening?
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. I can see you doing big things in the industry.
Yeah, God's moving.
Yes, you grinding. That's what I'm seeing. You got a whole lot going on right now.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yes, we've been spinning probably about 4 or 5 different cuts right now, but one of the hottest right now, I think, is this cut you just released called Still Tay.
Yeah. Still Tay is an art in itself.
I kind of want to know, now with Still Tay, you addressing a whole lot in the lyrics in that song, but I understand there is an inspiration behind the lyrics of Still Tay.
Yeah, one of my childhood partners that I grew up with, when I share the testimonies of my music, there's a certain core group of guys that was there and present doing all that I testify of, and one of my boys, his name is Boosie. Boosie, one of my childhood partners.
So is this like, with them lyrics, was he questioning who you was? Did he say, bro, you changed, you're not the same anymore? How did that come about?
No, what took place was he found himself defending who I was as a Christian to some of the homies we grew up with. Okay. And there became a conversation where a few of the homies is like questioning my presence in the hood. I gave my life to God. I've changed, and he just began to defend me. Like, look, y'all don't know Tay. Like when I got out the pen, DONTAE was there for me. I groomed bro. Like I set bro up for success. I had a 1-bedroom apartment with me and my son. He come home, he had to parole home. I go and get a house, give him his own bedroom. POs kicking in the door to search the house, and I went through all that with my homie. So he's like, no, y'all don't know the homie like I know him. He didn't give his life to God and leave the hood. The hood left him.
That's right. Wow.
Yeah.
You know, we had an awesome opportunity to be a part of the video shoot and just watch the whole thing go down.
Right.
But you have some significant places in the video that a lot of the viewers, they may not know how those places play a role in your life and in the song.
Right.
So let me talk about that a little bit.
Well, we went to Southeast San Diego. We shot majority of the video in the Fairmont parking lot. That parking lot is legendary in the city. A lot of dudes that lost their life in that parking lot.
Right.
A lot of gangs that had all-out wars in that parking lot. That parking lot is known. If you know of San Diego, or at least of Southeast San Diego, you know that parking lot is legendary.
That's right.
Yeah. So that parking lot has a lot of history in the city.
Wow.
DONTAE, I also love the creative side of the song. You know what I'm saying? When I first heard the song, it brought me back to, Dre's Still.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So how did the creative concept of the song come about as well?
Well, that was the conversation. So when Boosie called me, he was like, hey, he woke me up like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
He was like, hey, bro.
Like that?
He was like, bro, he was like, Tay, I need you to do a remix to this song. So I'm like, what song? He was like, I'm finna send you the link. So when I hung up, I checked the link, and it's still Dre.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I call him back. Yeah, I'll check it out. I was really downplaying him at first, but I could tell by his voice that it was intimate to him. He was like, no, homie, these dudes need to know that you still the same dude.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And the church needs to know that you still the same dude. Like the Bible say, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
That's
It didn't
right.
say change the way you dress, change the way you act. When it said come out amongst them, come out from amongst them, that's come out from amongst their ways, not
Yes.
come out from amongst their presence.
That's good.
You know what I mean? You can't go out into the highways and the byways and not be in the presence of sinners.
That's
like,
true.
How are you going to pull them out if you're not there?
That's true.
So, in a lot of ways, he ended up ministering to me and was like, he actually told me whatever I need, he would fund it himself.
Wow.
I was like, no, Brody, I got you. So I meditated on it, and originally I wrote it to the same beat, and I was like, the song needed more. So I hit up my homie Marv Beats, and Marv came with the new track that was like so West Coast.
Yeah.
And I went to work from there.
Yeah.
We love this song.
Most
It's
definitely.
banging.
Come on.
Seriously, man. When the beat dropped, I was like, just look at my hands. That's
Right,
it.
right,
That's it.
right.
Like you said, it got that West Coast vibe. I already said it's a California classic.
Most
you know what I'm saying?
definitely.
California love
Yes.
all in the place.
Yeah.
Now, what do you hope this song does and the video does?
Well, my music period is either too hood for the church or it's too church for the hood.
Right.
So, my what I'm praying that it does is give the Christian the opportunity to hear what it's like from a real Christian that come from the streets, that give his life to God, to understand the importance of him returning back to the streets,
Right.
and for the streets to from a lyrical standpoint, from just a music standpoint alone, stop looking and judging Christian hip hop to be some whack genre of music that we all the way relate with you,
Right.
and we come from that, except for we found an outlet, we found something, we found access to a way out.
Yes.
And so my end goal is for the church to be comfortable letting us go, to go out and evangelize, and for the streets to be able to relate and receive what it is that we're sharing through our music.
Right. Yeah. I could tell even with a portion of the video that was shot at one of these premier mansions out in the hills.
Yeah.
I understand that you want to buy some property out there in the hills. What's that all about? Can we expect a mansion from Dante?
We gonna get something. We got it right now. Right now, I'm dumping all my funds and my finances into ministry. Like I work a real 9 to 5, and every dime I work goes towards ministry. But first and foremost, before I get to thinking about a home for myself, God has told me to go build a men's home. A young man's home, and help young dudes coming up transition into adulthood. Young men that are either coming through foster care or incarceration, hit 18, no diploma, no GED, help them get their GED, and instead of chasing a dream of false hope, follow a dream of legitimate faith.
That's
like
good.
Realistically, like there are certain jobs that you can't get from your past history. Let's get these things in order to where these things can become a nature of your path.
That's right. Man, that's amazing. You know, a lot of the outreaches that we've seen you throw or put together, you have a lot of other artists in the hip hop industry that are joining you on the platform.
Right.
I understand you no joke. Whoever you put on that stage
Right.
got to be represented with some real integrity.
Right.
When you go about going forth in ministry with other brothers that are doing what you're doing, what exactly are you looking for in their ministry or in their lives that lets you know, okay, I can rock with this person?
For them to be legitimate ministers. There's a platform for those that are being built into ministry, that are being formed, that God has myself and some of my brothers discipling and growing.
Yes.
And then there's those that deem themselves to be elders, deem themselves to be leaders. And are you a rapper or are you a minister?
That's a good question. That's a good question. Are you a rapper or are you a minister? What's the difference?
The difference is if you're a rapper, then you don't need to attach it to Christ. Just go out and rap and be a Christian that loves hip hop. But if you're talking about creating music to create change, and you're grabbing that microphone and you take a platform to share the gospel with the multitude, then I think you deemed yourself eldership because you got the ear and you got the attention and you gained the spirit of listeners.
That's good. That's good.
DONTAE, I just want to share thank you for doing what you're doing.
Man.
We love the fact when we're inspired and encouraged by you bringing the gospel to the streets. I grew up on West Coast hip hop, and I just love the vibe that you do. You know, when I was a young believer, you know, I transitioned to gospel gangsters. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I love the fact that you carry that torch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I'm just a hip hop head.
Right.
And I just, you know, West Coast is different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I love the fact that you bring that West Coast vibe, that California love, but you bring the gospel, you bring real ministry, but not only on stage, but when the mic is turned off.
Yes.
You continue to minister with your life.
Right.
When the spotlight's not on you, when the camera's not on, you continue to minister, you continue to share the gospel, you continue to disciple a lot of people. So we appreciate you being real in that way. You know what I'm saying? So we just want to commend you and say that we're praying for you, and we got nothing but love for you for real.
Real talk.
For real. And keep on doing what you're doing.
Right.
Mad excited for Still Tay.
Come on.
Yes.
Mad excited for the Blues Brothers, you know what I'm saying? And just keep on doing what you're doing, because no matter what, unfortunately in the body of Christ, no matter what you're doing, big things for the Lord, and it can look different, there's always going to be haters.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
And so, but just realize that you do have a family and a team.
That's right.
That love you and support you and are praying for you. That's for real.
Absolutely. I appreciate you.
Yeah. So we got DONTAE right here on GODRadio1.com.
That's right.